Hi everyone, welcome back to Action Figure Captures, AFC. In today's video we have a somewhat unique figure by Hasbro, and this is actually their take on the Spider-Man from the original Japanese series, live action series from back in the 1970s. I wasn't sure I was actually going to be able to get this figure, but thankfully John at Heroes World let me know that they actually had them available and that they had come through, and actually my wife had spotted the fact that they had posted that the figure was available, and I contacted John and asked him to hold one for me, and thankfully they were able to, and so I do have the figure, thankfully. So that was great. So here we have, of course, the packaging, and sadly it's the plasticless packaging, and I do appreciate the idea that they're trying to be environmentally friendly, but it is frustrating not being able to see the figure through the packaging to know if there's any kind of paint blemishes or any kind of paint app issues, any scratches or scuffs, that sort of idea. It's great that they're trying to be environmentally friendly, but it does make it frustrating as a collector to not know, A, if the figure's actually in the packaging, and you don't know if someone's actually swapped it out on you or not, or if it's been tampered with, if anything's missing. That was one of the things that was pointed out to me actually when I was picking him up, is that it's going to get to a point where hopefully it will help some of the smaller stores, because of the fact that they will be aware of what's happening with their product, and they know what's happening and going on in their stores, as opposed to, say, a larger retailer like, say, a Walmart or one of those places where sadly the toy section doesn't really get a lot of love, and they don't really pay attention to what's happening in that section. You never know, because people I've seen have opened these packages and had the wrong figure inside, the figure's been missing, the accessories have been stolen, that sort of idea. So while I do appreciate the idea that they're trying to help the environment a bit, it is frustrating as a collector and as a toy enthusiast to actually see that sort of thing happening. And the other option being the windowless packaging, the plasticless window packaging with some of the Transformer toys, then you risk damaging the figure becoming sun bleached, people just tampering with the figure, etc. So I'm not sure what the best solution is, but I think I still prefer that they actually do the regular plastic window packaging, just because at least you know what you're getting, the figure's safe, you can see what it actually includes. This guy's an example. He comes with almost nothing. He's got a couple of extra hands, a couple of small webs, and a web line. And they do show that on the back of the box, but it's nice to see everything presented properly instead of just the picture on the box and that's it. But that's my only beef with the packaging. Oh, and the idea that they actually ship them in little kind of tissue paper baggies now and just put them in a little kind of cardboard sleeve, that's not the best either. But anyways, let's just move on to the figure. The great thing about this figure that I thought was pretty amazing, it is actually my first Marvel pinless figure, so he doesn't have any of the pins showing through on any of the joints, and you'll see that in the photos that I'll attach. But he is highly articulated. He does actually have double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. He's got a waist swivel. He's got an upper chest cut, so you can actually kind of have him leaning over the waist. He's got double jointed knees, as I mentioned just a second ago. He's got a thigh swivel. He's got articulated ankles, so you can actually rock them back and forth to make sure that he balances in nice poses. The head is obviously on a ball joint, so it's articulated as well. It's a little limited on looking up, but that's about it. He'll still look great in photographs. And yeah, the paint apps on him and everything are amazing. I don't see any issues with mine, thankfully, and he looks great. I'll put him in a couple of poses just so you can see what he looks like, and I'll try and do a bit of a close-up, and you can get a feel for how everything looks. Okay, so please forgive the weird pose. I just wanted to kind of show you quickly what the pinless elbows look like and just give you an idea about the posability of the figure. So you can see he has that upper waist cut, so you can actually kind of crouch over. He's actually got the articulated knees, like double jointed knees. He's got those ball rocker feet, so you can actually flatten his feet out while he's in a nice pose. I love the paint apps on this guy because it's actually just kind of like they've used like an orange plastic or like some kind of like orangish reddish paint. So he's not like a red the way a lot of the Spider-Mans have been. He's actually kind of an orange red. And I think it actually lends to the look of the figure a lot, and I think it actually does look more like the actual original suit did in the 70s series. And you can see they've given him the wrist communicator, so when he calls on his giant robot, which I know a lot of people in America are kind of annoyed by with that, but I think that was one of the things where when they did that live action series, that was one of the big things that was a difference in the North American take on the figure, is that he did have a giant robot in the Japanese series, which was kind of cool to see when you're a kid, because you never saw any of the North American heroes with robots like that. So to me, I thought it was kind of cool, and it was kind of interesting how they did that, as well as him having a vehicle. Like he actually had a motorcycle in the series as well, and I believe a car. So yeah, it was actually pretty neat to see all that. I'm just going to go into shooting some photographs of this guy. As you can see, he does have your typical articulation. He does have double jointed. Now he's actually very tight, but he does have double jointed elbows. He's got double jointed knees. He's got all the standard articulation of any of the usual Marvel Legends figures. So he actually is very poseable. And he looks really nice. He's nicely sculpted. They actually did sculpt some details into the fabric of the suit, where he's got certain folds in the fabric and everything. And you can see it on the mask and in the pants and everything as well. So it's really cool looking. It's actually a very nice Spider-Man figure. I'm actually very happy with him. He's actually one of the nicest sculpted Marvel figures I've seen in a while as well, where he actually looks quite good. And actually it's a nice take on Spider-Man. I really do like this figure. So I'm glad to have actually gotten a hold of him. And he does actually have the white soles like he did in the actual show as well, where he's got white soles on his feet, which I really appreciated as well. It looks really cool to have that done too. So yeah, that's going to be it for the video portion of this. I know it's a quick, short explanation. Honestly, not much to say. It's a Spider-Man figure, so he's going to be in the typical Spider-Man poses, you know, the kind of kicks and leaping poses and so forth, the web shooter poses and so forth. And so, yeah, that's kind of what we're going to get out of this guy. But yeah, I just was really happy to find him and to be able to get him. And thanks again to Heroes World for having him in stock. And yeah, we'll go forward from there. I'll put some photographs in the video, and I hope you guys enjoy the edits. Thanks again for checking back in. Have a great day, guys. Take care. And if you haven't had the chance to, please like and subscribe if you like what you see. I'll have some more videos coming ASAP as I pick up new figures. Thanks so much. Take care.